What's up everyone? Lou here from LJC and Inglorious Paintball. I'm here to do an unboxing video of a new marker I got in today, which is the Collaboration Planet Eclipse and Boston Committed Paintball Twister LV1.6. So I already have it out of the box, but it's a quick note that this is a new style box that came standard with the LV1.6. Really, yeah, it's a neat looking box. The original color for my 1.6 Twister was a gun for hire, but it was a part swap, and it's now considered an Everglade, which is the British racing green and teal accent, so it almost looks like an OD green. My camera might have some issues picking up the colorway, but it looks really, really nice in person. So like I said, I already had it out of the box. We'll get into the case and the stock contents that can be found within here, but standard Planet Eclipse clamshell case. These have been around with their markers for quite some time now. They definitely take a beating, but they will protect what is on the inside, which is what's most important. Let's get into it. So here we have the contents in the case. Standard stuff that you'd get, obviously the barrel stock, Planet Eclipse gun oil, your standard Planet Eclipse Allen keys, which are stainless steel. They have the ball ends, which are really nice little carrying case. An underrated touch, but a really nice Allen key set. Then of course your spare parts and your light ram. Heavy ram is going to be in the marker itself. With stock manual, or just regular, Planet Eclipse LV manual. And then with the twisters, this year they included the face mask. We're in the day of COVID, so I thought this was a cool touch. Boston Paintball collabed with Midwest Clothing and came out with this tribal style face covering, which I thought was a pretty nice touch, relevant to the situation that many of us are in. Aside from that, you get your stock barrel back 689 in the matching colorway. So you can see it kind of looks graphite on my camera, but it is just a really rich green. So this is a 689 stock colorway, or a stock barrel size. And then you get the carbon fiber FL tip. I noticed on the groups that there are a lot of guys that are looking to trade for the aluminum tips. So the GO4s, when the Twister GO4s came out and released at the same time as the 1.6s, and the Twister GO4s are coming with the aluminum tips. Even though the carbon fiber tips are a little higher value, probably a little more expensive to make, a lot of the guys are trying to get their hands on their anno matched, or at least one, and to get it color matched. Just to have it with the marker itself. Personal preference, I would rather have an aluminum tip, just for sound signature purposes. I think the carbon fiber is a little louder than the aluminum tips, but it still looks really nice. With the Twister, I know you don't get this stock with a normal 1.6, but you get the 685 shaft FL back as well. All of them are in black no matter what colorway you get, but it's always nice to have an additional bore size, especially when paint is becoming so small nowadays. It's nice to have this included. And your certificate of authenticity, so got your colorway, serial number, model number. Mine is number 65, based off of this sheet, and then of course your marker itself. So let's take this out. We'll take a closer look at it. So here is the Twister 1.6 SLR. Really, really sharp looking marker. Always been a fan of the Twister milling. I wish I had an LV1 to compare it to, but some of the very noticeable differences right off the bat are the fact that the ram housing area is all milled out. On the LV1s, this had an opening here for your Twister jewels, or the heritage jewels, if you had a heritage marker, or you were able to get a pair when they were selling them, you were able to put them here. Obviously, you can't do that with the 1.6, but that is mainly for weight reduction purposes. And then you have your tribal milled into the LPR cap, which looks really cool. And then just the overall body style and flow. You have the milling on top of the barrel housing, which was not done on the previous LV1. It seems like the lines flow into the body a little more. It seems like they come down to the lowest point where they possibly can. It just seems like a really a more integrated milling into the body. The lines just seem to flow a little cleaner, in my opinion. Even though I absolutely love the Twister LV1, I really like the milling on the Twister LV1. I would actually edge the 1.6 over. I know a lot of guys may actually disagree with me on that, but seeing it in person, the 1.6 edges out the Twister LV1 milling, in my opinion. I've owned plenty of Twister LV1s to make that assumption. Again, that's just my opinion, but I really do like the way this is milled and set up. Some of the biggest noticeable internal differences in comparison from the 1.6 and the LV1 is the rebuildable solenoid. So that's pretty huge in my opinion. The LV1 is coming up on 7, maybe 8 years old at this point. And if you have a massive amount of shots on it, your LV1, kicks and you have to replace it, they're still $165 new, and they're becoming more scarce. So it's nice that the 1.6 has a rebuildable solenoid. I think that's a game changer. I wish they did away with the AT pipe. Jack, please, if you do another LV, please go away with the AT pipe. I think you're underestimating how much of a market you would actually have for something like this, in my opinion. And then, of course, you have the blade trigger stock on the 1.6 and some external milling differences aside from just the twister milling itself, such as the pops milling. And the back style milling on the twister compared to a standard 1.6 is also different. But this is just a stunning marker. I wish my camera would pick up the green a little better because it looks really great. It's almost like an OD or an army green with this bright dip teal accent, and it just looks really sharp. I'm a really big fan of this. I'm not the biggest fan of green, and I would shoot this all day, honestly. It's beautiful. I wanted to do this video today because I will not have this tomorrow. I'm actually trading it for a Twister Go4, and I'm getting a Heritage CS2 as well. I do have a Regal LV 1.6 on pre-order. I already have matching FL tips and deuce triggers and everything for it. That's going to be my baby. I was fortunate enough to secure 2 of them at the release, but this thing is stunning. I'm almost sad to let it leave my possession at this point, but that's all right. The other internal differences are going to be your Twister software. It might be hard to capture this, but there you go. See your Twister boot up screen. So different tuning process with the Twisters. So they're going to be set up a little differently than factory settings would. So that's a nice personalized touch. Like I said, just this gorgeous and extensive milling on this guy, which makes it really stand out. These are commanding such a ridiculously high price on the secondhand market already. It's just a testament to Boston Paintball and the limited runs that they put in and the quality that they bring, not only with the markers but the service itself. Anthony does a really great job in ensuring that no matter who you are, whether you're a friend of 10-20 years or a new guy getting into the Twister family, that you're taken care of and you're happy. So kudos to him. You don't really find that a whole lot in this industry anymore. Everybody's generally just looking for cash, so it's really good to see. But again, absolutely gorgeous marker, extensive milling, beautiful gun. Like I said, be sad to see it leave so quickly, but I'm getting it. Another one, once Planet is able to do the purple and gold colorways, I'm happy to be getting a Geo4 in return for this, the Twister Geo4 in return for this, and I'm able to pick up the Heritage CS2 that I've been wanting for a while. So it's a pretty even trade-off to still be getting another one of these, within the next month or a couple weeks or a month. But before we head off, I'm going to put the stock barrel on so we can see it all put together. Then I'm going to give it a quick weight test on the scale, even though I really don't have anything to compare it to. But here is the 1.6 with the FL barrel on here and the matching British Racing Green back. Well, let's weigh this guy real quick. So for anybody that has a Twister LV1, you want to compare it to this number. If you have a 1.6, you want to compare it to this number. Be my guest. Leave a note in the comments. Let me know if there is a big difference. I have a feeling that they're going to be similar in weight to the LV 1.6. My main ask is for anybody that has a Twister LV1 to tell me what the difference is. If I don't get one in my hands before then. But let's put this on the scale here. Do it so you guys can see. So we're looking at 2 pounds, what is that? 2 pounds, 0.2 ounces. So a literal hair over 2 pounds. That's really light. And it feels it in the hands as well. For how long these markers are, this thing is really comfortable, well balanced, super light. I honestly can't wait to get my other one in. I'm hoping the guy I'm letting this go to at least let me shoot it before he drives away with it. Here it is, guys. First unboxing impressions of the Twister LV 1.6 SLR. Thanks.